Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today we're talking about our favourite club to talk about, Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a long video, this one. Following their result, Everton, it was a 0-0 draw. Pretty bad fan reaction.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Seen it all over socials.
Did you watch the game, Connor?
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah. It was mediocre, I think, to say the best. But
really?
yeah, not great. When you're seeing the likes of 39-year-old Ashley Young looking up Martinelli, you've probably seen on socials the clips coming out of Arsenal. But yeah, it's nowhere near good enough. And you look at the fullback Mikel Arteta, I think he had a really good game, keeping Saka under wraps. Which, again, it can happen. You can't expect Saka to be perfect every game, which, that's when you need your other players to step up. And they bring in players over the summer, which we'll probably get into later, that should be able to break these sort of players down, but they weren't. And Everton held on for a really good point for them. Credit to them. But yeah, it's just poor on Arsenal standards, and their league position sort of shows that as well this season.
With that, let's talk about the recruitment. Been a lot of comments on social media saying it's not been good enough. Yeah. When you think about it, 700 million spent, and they're nowhere near where they were a couple of seasons ago.
No.
It's just not been in the right areas of recruitment, is it? Really?
No, especially this season as well. Like, you think of Calafiori coming in, which was not needed. He's
a good player. But
not
necessary
100%. You can play centre back, left back, which is good. But when you look at Arsenal at the start of the season, there's one key area that everyone could see they needed, and that was a striker. Didn't get him in, decided to put Havertz up top.
It's done all right, but I've said it in a previous video, didn't we? They're not the sort of players you need when you want to go and compete and win titles like Arsenal want to do. Let's talk about the midfield as well. It's not very creative.
No, there's a lot of holding / guys who can control the tempo, not really, driving to the box. Apart from, I'd say, Ødegaard, I'd say he's the only sort of creative spark in there.
Rice can do it from deep. But when you are asking Rice to be a creative midfielder, it's not looking good. Part A, you've got Rice, Marino, Jorginho as well, which he hasn't been good since about 4 seasons ago with Chelsea.
No, he had that one season when he was Ballon d'Or worthy, but apart from that, he's not good enough, is he?
Not good enough.
No.
Same in attack as well. I mean, let's be honest, Saka is carrying that attack.
Yeah, he always has been for this season, and the midfield hasn't really supported him in a way. Like, he's sort of got to grab games by himself, and try and make something out of nothing. And you need the midfield to contribute to that. Ødegaard does, but it can't just be him. Rice does every now and again, but you need another sort of creative spark in there. But they just haven't had that this season. When
I talk about Saka carrying the attack, he's got 5 goals and 10 assists this season. Obviously could be more if certain players could finish their chances. And I'm adamant Jesus is not a striker they need going forward.
We've said it for months, haven't we, that Jesus isn't title winning worthy, you know what I mean?
He's a good bench player like he was at City.
That's
but I don't think he's a talisman. I personally think Trossard should be starting over Martinelli. I think he's a much better, in my opinion, I think he's a better dribbler. He's definitely a better finisher. And when people, saw him coming from Brighton, I was like, what a coup for Arsenal. And I'm just sick of him being benched again. I think he's a really good player.
I think the start of the season sort of let him down. I think he had the red card. I think gave City a goal as well. But it's just so inconsistent sometimes, Trossard as well. There's a real hole in the left wing, I think, and it needs to be filled by someone. Whether Trossard is going to step up and sort of stake a claim for it, but Martinelli is nowhere near that level at the moment. So they need someone there just to drive the attack as well as a striker. There's a few holes in that attack, I think. So,
and I don't think Sterling's that man.
No, I mean, bring him in as well. They bring him in thinking, he's going to play a part. He's barely played. I saw an Arsenal saying he's like a hologram. He's not. He might as well not even be there.
I personally think, I don't know if you can, I don't know about transfer rules, but I think they should just terminate his loan. Send him back.
There's no point. You're paying wages for someone who's just sitting on the bench. And if you're looking at it from an owner's point of view, what's the point in him being there?
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. They're, recently they've been called the new Gen Stoke, which is quite funny. And they're getting a lot of stick for their corner tactics. And I just want to say, this is personal opinion, the way they're praising this set piece coach and the painting the murals, to me, I'm not just saying it because it's Arsenal, I'd say it about any level club. It's embarrassing.
It is.
I think it's embarrassing because, they want to be a big club, they want to be up there with the Liverpools, the Cities. You don't see Liverpool and City doing
No,
you need a coach to know how to kick in a ball.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And in some games, it does come down to if they don't score a corner, they don't win.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be like that. You've got so much talent on the pitch in open play that surely you can get a few goals. But a lot of Saka's assists are from corners, and it's a great thing to have. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great thing to have.
When your game relies on it purely,
that's when it's
embarrassing.
It is, yeah.
They haven't scored from open play since November. So it's warranted that they're getting the stick.
Christ.
Yeah, I saw it today online. They haven't
mad.
Open play. So I don't know when in November, but still, like you said, with the talent they have, it is embarrassing. Do we think Arteta needs to move on now? Do you think?
I feel like it's sort of similar to Southgate and how he coming to England. Coming to England at a really low point, so did Arteta with Arsenal. Brought them up and sort of changed everyone's perception in the club as well as outside view of how they are viewed. You know, look at England before Southgate and now after he's left. I think he can take a certain level and that's it. You know, like he can't take them to titles year in, year out. He can't challenge in Europe, which that comes with experience. That comes with years of management, and Arteta just hasn't got that at the moment. You know, maybe he can find himself better in La Liga, which I think would be I think it'd be a lot better for him. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. He's sort of reached the end of the line. You know, fans starting to turn as well now.
Calling him a football terrorist. That's the big one.
Yeah, I mean, it's over the top. Like, you've got to consider how far he's come with the team. But 700 million spent, as you said, 5 years, 1 trophy. There's going to be fingers pointing at him sooner rather than later.
Let's put it into perspective. It's a popular narrative online, but it is fact. You know, Arteta won 1 trophy in 5-6 seasons.
Yeah.
Ten Hag, who's apparently Man U's worst ever coach, has won 2 in 2.
That's it. Yeah.
You've got to put some perspective into that. Also, I don't think Arteta's mature enough.
No, I don't think
he is. We've seen his actual sidelines.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, and I've said it again with the set piece, it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, you've got your manager acting like a little kid on the sideline.
Yeah, he does.
Because something doesn't go his way.
Yeah, and it sort of reflects in the squad as well. Like, look how many red cards. Red cards they got this season, and
silly red cards.
Yeah, like the Trossard one that we talked about.
The Rice one as well.
Rice, it's childish, and you know, sometimes the way the manager acts does reflect on the team. Like, you think of, I don't know, Jose Mourinho is always nasty, you know, and his sides were always nasty. Like, you know what I mean? They're always
gritty.
Yeah. It does reflect on the players, and you know, we've seen that this season. And as I said, it's starting to unravel now with Arsenal. Like, their fans are starting to look at Arteta and think, is he good enough? Because the other fans, like rival fans, have seen that for a few years now. But now the Arsenal fans are sort of getting on this, and it's not looking good for Arteta. If he doesn't finish with a trophy this season, it can be hit and miss where he does stay next season.
We're going to incorporate what we did with the Man U video, but it's not going to be as in detail.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little keep and sell / loan.
Yeah.
So who we'd obviously keep at the club and who we'd get rid of either on loan or anything like that. So in my keep category, tell me if you agree.
Yeah.
I've got Raya.
Yeah.
Obviously, so number 1.
Yeah.
Neto, solid number 2.
Yeah.
Calafiori.
Yeah. Only just got there, yeah.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Saliba.
Yeah.
Timber.
Yeah.
Odegaard. Rice.
Yeah.
Mourinho.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey.
Oh, so yeah, I'd keep him actually. Yeah.
And then Saka, Trossard, and Havertz. Would you?
Yeah. Havertz, I think I wouldn't put him in the starting 11. No? It'd be good as a sort of player to come on, but yeah, I think he is loitering on the edge of selling / you know, benching, because he's not been good enough this season where he has played. So yeah.
And then
who's in the sell category then?
So I've added all these. Their transfer values are done by transfer marks. So if these are wrong, forgive me. So I've put on the sell list Zinchenko, valued at 30 million.
Yeah.
Kivior,
30 million.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Again, transfer marks.
Yeah, Zinchenko. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
Kivior, 30 million.
Yeah.
Tierney, valued at 10 million.
Yeah.
I'd sell Tomiyasu, valued at 32 million.
Yeah.
Jorginho, 10 million. Jesus, 45 million. Again, a bit high valuation. Yeah. You think that was high? Martinelli, 55 million.
I was about to have a comment about that.
And then I'd end the Sterling's loan. Yeah. I'd send out Ethan Nwaneri on loan because he looks really good.
I like him. I feel like he'd be good as we're looking for that attacking player, maybe get him in a bit more, you know, maybe because
you throw him in instead of London.
Yeah, I'd throw him into the team and sort of slowly integrate, sort of what City did with Foden, just sort of slowly integrate him into the season. They have 10 games a season, then bump up to 20, just slowly get him into the side and get used to how to play. So I'd keep Nwaneri, I think it is.
Yeah, Ethan Nwaneri.
Yeah.
And then in terms of their midfielders, I've got 2 players down here. The first player I've got is Frimpong. The reason why I put this is because him and Barcelona are having some problems.
Yeah, okay.
He's not happy with his wage, and of course Barcelona are in money trouble, as we know.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a lot of games. Only played 8 games this season.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Which I was shocked to find when I was doing research.
Yeah.
I thought he played all the games, but 60 to 70 million, I'd say.
Yeah, they did buy him for 80, so there is that sort of where they want their money back for him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Or as you said, they are needing the money. So
and a player that could potentially be wanting out.
Yeah. When
you need someone to break down the stubborn teams, someone who can play all sorts of balls across the pitch.
Yeah.
Is Frankie de Jong that man?
Yeah, not to discount that shout, but I feel like they got similar profiles of that. You know, the passing guys. Yeah. I'm not. He's so much better than they've got already. There's no doubt about that. But they've got similar profiles already to that. You think of Jorginho, you think of Marino. They're very pass and move kind of guys.
If you want to talk about advanced players. Another former Barca man, I've got, is it Puig?
Yeah, Ricky Puig, that's what you call it, yeah.
Some of his stats on here, I know it's the MLS, and it's going to be a bit juiced.
Yeah, of course,
But some of these passing stats are insane. So he's got an 85% pass completion rate. He has 15 progressive passes a game.
Jesus Christ.
So he gets the ball up there, basically.
Yeah, attacking minded.
5 progressive carries, so he dribbles quite a lot. 13 goals, 9 assists, and he's only valued at 20 million.
Yeah.
So if he was to flop, you're not losing out on a lot.
It's true, yeah. And he did sort of move to LA Galaxy to sort of and revitalise his career, sort of thing.
He's done that.
Yeah, he has, and he's won, I think, it was the MLS Cup recently as well. So yeah, I think I prefer that shout more than Frankie. I know that sounds mad, but I feel like it's
when you look at the underlying stats.
Yeah, and the profile of the player as well. Yeah, it does make sense, and I'd like to see him come back to Europe and show what he can do, because he's proved what he needs to prove in MLS now. I think his sort of journey with MLS is done, and he can move back to Europe and go to a top side. So
he's only 25 as well.
Exactly, yeah. So
13 goals and 9 assists as well. So he's a bit of a goal threat as well.
That's it.
Again, we know it's MLS, but the stats are sort of
speak for themselves. Yeah.
I just think it'd be a good midfield signing for them. So Arsenal fans, with everything we've discussed in this video, do you agree with us? Do you agree with our signings? Who would you pick to bring in? Who would you get rid of? Let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you next one, guys. See you later.